Okay guys, this is, yeah, this is going to be my last unboxing, right? Okay, famous words, last words. But what it is that I'm making a bit of a transition because of a video that I'm making. So I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that I'm going to be doing for my next project. So there's some Mini Zs in here, guys, which we're going to see. That's going to carry on the rare unboxings for about 7 more. But then there's a transition because I'm going to make my little project now. Is going to be making videos, different videos, but amongst them it's going to be Rocket League. Yeah, it's big and kids love it, and I'm going to have a go at trying to recreate an RC version. I've seen some on TV, but I didn't really rate it the way they were done, so let's have a look. Okay, right guys, so we're going to get through these things. Stay tuned. Yeah, so really it was going to end here, guys, but because of my next project it started to happen. Right, okay, let's go. Okay guys, so here's the first box. If you hear loads of background noise or voices, there's some soccer training going on the pitch behind me, behind my house. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, you're going to like this, guys. You're going to like this. You would have seen this in the thumbnail anyway. But yeah, let me show you a few little other bits and bobs that I've got. So, I got some drift wheels. I have my drift wheels anyway, guys. So these are quite, you see a lot of the guys who are into drifting have these. I had my own kind of made up with the Potenza and Bridgestone, which I prefer, white writing on the tyres. But supposedly these are better for drifting because they're a bit of a, they're more of a rounded shape at the top. You get it's more of like a domed shape, so it's not a full flat shape, so it's supposed to be better for drifting. So I'm trying them out, see what we got on. Okay. Oh yeah, I love these guys. Hard to find deep dish wheels for drifting, basically, guys, to put on drift cars. And yeah, narrow, easy to find, but apart from that, it's not the most amazing design you're ever going to see, but it's still decent alloy, so it's pretty cool. And I think these are 1.5. Yeah, they are plus 1.5. All right. So yep, and managed to get rears, which is pretty rare that you can actually buy drift wheels that have got a good offset. And I think these should be 3.5. Yeah, they are. So that will look pretty cool. You know, you can get loads of wheels in the MR03, but not in the drift type. Right, oh guys, check this baby out. You're gonna love this. Now, here we go. I had originally seen that, right guys? Check that beauty. I'd basically seen that, and there was a seller in Japan called Mutech Japan, and he had that on for £202, right? And I was like, you know what? I've already got a Red Bull collection going on. Let me just take the case off. I've already got like a Red Bull collection going on. That would just be the icing on the cake. You know? So if we get a bit of glare, guys, don't worry about it. We'll sort that out. So yeah, I thought, you know, that would just be amazing, because I've got 4 or 5 that are the official ones, and then I've got my own 4 that are custom. All right, I'll have to make a video now with all of them inside it, but this was just, I thought, you know what, I love that kind of ice candy kind of blue paintwork, and the Red Bull logos just look amazing. So, and then wheels, whoa, beautiful, beautiful wheels. Shame they're not drifting wheels, but beautiful. So, yep. Couldn't go wrong, guys. Couldn't go wrong with that. And that's basically what started it all off again. I thought, you know what, can't pass this away because it's so difficult to come across that shell. And yeah, so we're in the mess. What a fine mess again. We're in this mess again. Anyhow, but disclaimer, this is my transition out of Mini Zs to other projects. So You're going to see some Mini Zs and some other cars, and you're going to see basically the transition because of my other projects that I'm doing. Okay, so what I went for as well, because you know guys, I'm trying to practice spray painting. So I went for the Nissan Gtr Gt500 2008, which is a decent body shell. It wasn't really expensive, so that's pretty cool. So I don't mind practicing on cheaper shells. So yeah, not a bad shell guys, not a bad shell, and if you can get some nice paintwork on that, I'm sure it'll look pretty cool. Okay, right, now away from the Mini Z stuff, I'm just going to show you what my next project is. Let me show you these now. You're going to be laughing thinking what on earth happened to him, right? It's still a Mini Z unboxing guys, but I just wanted to show you my new projects. Now these aren't new, right? These aren't new, you would have seen these. That's the, it looks like it says Baja, but it's Baja. Q32, HPI released this, and HPI are making a comeback. I think they brought the Savage Flux out right now. What month are we in? We are in April. This is probably going to come out in October, this video, because we're on unboxing 88 at the moment, I think. So anyhow, so I want to make the Rocket League, you know, RC version, and I thought, you know what, I could do some cars that look similar to the Rocket League ones. I'm not an expert on the game, my kids play it, so I know that they've got Bajas, they've got monster trucks, they've got customized cars in there, so I thought let me try and do something a bit similar. Okay, so I went with that one and this one. So that's the Baja, and this is the Q32, which is like a Formula 1 version. Chassis are more or less the same, guys. So let's crack it open, have a quick look. Alright guys, I might do a full unboxing of all the cars that I've used for this vid, especially if the video becomes pretty successful, then I will definitely show everyone how and what I've been doing. Alright, so here we go, here's the reveal. Woo! Pretty simple setup, guys. Alright, so you've got your transmitter there, and you've got your chassis over here. Let's pull the chassis off, let's have a look. And that's basically what you're getting. Alright, so there's a built-in battery, guys, on this. You charge your car from here, so it's one of them that you charge this internal battery from the transmitter. Alright, and yeah, there's not many bells and whistles. That's your on-off switch. It's rear-wheel drive. These are foam tyres, and there's no oil in the suspension, it's just that. But they're pretty robust, you know, guys, and they're pretty nippy. I was actually pleasantly surprised. Now, I would never have paid £80 for these. When they came out, they were £80, right? But I've managed to get a really, really good deal. So I ended up buying 4 for £100. Okay, but 2 of them didn't work. So he knocked the money down basically. I said, look, you can take them back. I'll keep 2, and he was just keep them all. I'm like, okay. So I ended up getting 4 for £55. Because he didn't want to pay for the return postage, and he said it's fine because I know some of them are faulty. I've got hundreds. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, so that's that. Let's have a look at the body shell. Now what's pretty cool, you would have seen loads of these on YouTube anyway, guys. What's pretty cool is this box doubles up as a ramp. Let me go a bit further back so we can make sure everything's in focus. I haven't done this for ages, so I'm out of touch. So my, you know, my recording, my camera setup, it might be a bit out of sync, right guys? But, you know, it's been a while since I did the last unboxing. So anyhow, so box basically opens from the sides like that. And like that, okay, and you just basically pull it open, and hopefully the transmitter shouldn't come falling out like I normally do with stuff. You know you love that stuff, guys. Hey, why you open? Right, okay, there we go. Alright, so transmitter, nothing amazing, cheap, a little bit tacky, but you can't complain. For £80 it wasn't bad, but you know, it wasn't enough for me to justify spending £80 on it. So I never got it. I liked the idea, and you can make your own little obstacle course with some of the, I think they give you like the cutouts to put onto cardboard and make ramps and basically loop the loops and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so at that time I thought, nah, it's not worth that much, but I don't think they did well, and there's somehow people have got surplus stock. This guy says he's got hundreds of them. They do a truggy version of this as well, but I opted to go for a different make of the trigger because I thought the foam wheels wouldn't get much grip. So anyhow, so that's basically that. And here in one, well, with the Q32 on this version, they give you a free Baja body shell, which is pretty cool. So you can paint that yourself. Now normally they'll come with a black body shell, but this one you could paint up yourself. So I think it'll be like a normal, it'll have a film cover on the outside of it. There's the wing, and these attach to the bodies by Velcro, alright? And you can see the Velcro here, alright? So let's get it out. I don't like doing really long videos, guys, because I don't think you guys like watching long videos. So there you can make an obstacle course. You've got these little disc things. And here are the tabs for the rear wing spoiler and the body shell, which just attaches to the car. So you're basically gonna just put one bit on the car, one bit on the shell, and that's how it goes on. Okay, so, and that's the Formula 1 body shell that's in here. And I know in that Rocket League game, they've made it free now, so it's become even bigger than what it was before. So they've taken Fortnite's idea and made it free, but they know they're going to make their money back. And with this one, you know, I'm a bit worried about the front bit here. I think it's going to break off straight away. But yeah, mainly the colours are blue and orange. You can verify, you can have a variety of colours, but I think the main two teams are blue and orange. I don't really play the game that much, guys. Well, I haven't played it at all, but I've watched little bits and bobs. But I thought it'd be pretty cool to try and recreate it. So yeah, so I'm gonna make this one either blue or have a theme that it goes towards blue or orange. All right, and this has a rear wing as well. Okay, and again, you've got your obstacle things and whatever. So that was pretty cool. That one was worth its money because the Baja shell itself costs about £8 with these decals, and these are the decals that come with it. So there's loads of unboxings about, you know, on these particular ones on YouTube, and it's an old machine, so it's not something that's new, but it's new for my project. Them are the decals that will go on the Formula 1 style body. Alright, so yeah, let's have a quick look at the body shell. So let's get this one out. I'm going to have a look at the black body shell. So they're all exactly the same, right? Apart from the truggies, these will be exactly the same. I just want to get out the black body shell so you guys can see that. Right, so everything else will be identical, exactly the same, and that's just the black body shell, which is pretty cool. It's kind of painted already. The spoiler and this are both been painted up, and it's just a case of putting on them Baja decals. So there you go. So it's just a case of putting on the Baja decals onto these little bad boys and setting them up. Okay, so yep, and how it doubles up as a ramp. So basically you just close the box up again. Alright, if you can get these cheap, right guys, honestly I would say get them. Have a look on eBay if that guy's still selling them. I doubt he'll be selling them in the next what, it's going to be, what, 3 months? No, it's going to be about 6 months, man. So that's basically doubles up as a ramp. So if you look at it from this angle here, oh, I've got no space. No space. Right. So it basically doubles up as a ramp. Can you see that, guys? All right. So yeah, I have to flatten that a bit down a little bit, but yeah. And this thing can handle jumps, man. There's not much to it. There's not much to break on it. It does say proportional steering, but it's not really, guys. You've basically, it does kind of do proportional. It's kind of real, but you've got this at the back like you do have with them cheap toys. If it does go out, if the tracking gets knocked out, all right. It is a little bit proportional, but not exactly, guys. Right. And the throttle is proportional as well, from what I understand. But the steering, it's not bad, but you don't have that much control over it. You get it? It just seems a bit all or nothing. But yeah, 2.4 gigahertz, and the wheels just pop off. Basically, your motor's there. All right, and it is nippy, guys. You can change the pinion, but I don't think the speed is much different. You might get 1 or 2 mile an hour extra out of it. But the wheels just pop off, and I'm hoping that I can interchange these wheels with the associated ones that I've got. I'm gonna spray these wheels up, I think. Do them in the colours of the teams, and that's basically it. There's not much to it, but yeah, if you can get them cheap, right? You know, that's a bargain. No, I wouldn't have paid £80 for them, but if you can get them for like £25, £30, some guys have got loads of these, so they must have made a lot, and sales obviously must have flopped, and people have got heaps of them. I'm talking loads. So if you can find them, they're not bad, guys. Your kids will enjoy them. The only thing that the downsides of these is I don't know how. I don't think they're that weak, guys, because the suspension. There's no suspension in the front, right? But it just seems like it just caves in a little bit, right? Kind of cambers in. That's your back suspension there. I don't think it would smash by hitting stuff. I don't think so. I think your problems are going to be with this car. The reason why I had two that were faulty, the internal battery. I think the internal battery will fade. Yeah, you might even get some that are knackered. But if you go onto YouTube, there's videos. If you're not bad at soldering or soldering, that's all right. But if you're not bad at soldering, right, guys, then you can basically open it up and you can solder. You can solder on connectors like GSTs or whatever you want, and put a 3.7 volt LiPo on that. I don't recommend 7.4. A bit too much, guys. You might burn your motor out. 3.7, perfect. And if it's a small battery, just Velcro it onto the actual chassis itself. And yeah, and if it's really small, you can fit it inside. But yeah, so you can get out of that. So if you get like I'm saying, guys, I think the only thing, unless the steering breaks, right, by hitting stuff, which I don't think is quite light, I don't think that will happen. But internal battery, yep, it will become a problem. So if you're not bad at soldering, you can just open it up and have a look at vids and solder on. You basically unsolder the internal battery and solder on connectors to where the battery would have been, and then just attach your battery externally. All right. So yeah, a bit surprising. I know you probably weren't expecting that, were you? But I just added it to the Mini Z unboxings, guys. I might even do it as a separate one. I don't know. I'll see. But yeah, my new project is going to be having them. You know, the project will probably be out before this video will be out. That's crazy, isn't it? So I might have to, if there's a lot of demand and it does well, I might have to just take the unboxings of these cars and make a separate video. So if people want to see what cars I've used to make the Rocket League video, I might have to just, you know, take all these bits and bobs of the cars, edit them and put them all together as a bundle and release that video. It depends, we'll see. But yeah, so so that video will be out, and the unboxing is going to be out way afterwards. But it's all good. So that's where we're starting off. There's loads more of these, guys. So I've got more Mini Zs, obviously, but I also have these little beauties, guys, that I'm using for my project. So have a look at them. Tell me what you think. Tell me which one your favourite is. But yeah, as long as they can push a ball around, I'm happy. Right, guys, check them out on the display stand and get ready for the next vid. Doesn't that Audi just look mad? They look beautiful, guys. We're going to have to see that on the display stand. Yeah, that's just beautiful, man. That's custom. That's nice. Right, guys, let's move on. Okay, guys, here we've got this amazing Red Bull R8, which I think just looks awesome, man. It looks cool. Maybe it would look better with black wheels, but who knows? I'll try it out. But that kind of blue, which is like a cobalt kind of blue, like an ice blue, I think it looks amazing. Really cool. They should do more Mini Zs like that. So I've always had a thing for that blue. So unless it's chrome, that's my next go-to blue. So The R8 was, the first batch were produced in December 2013, and they still are available even now, but I'm noticing less and less, and this one definitely is, because these are just totally custom. I think some guy's making them, I don't know if he's in Japan or China, but he's doing a good job. There was one left that I noticed, apart from that there weren't any more. So the wheelbase is 98mm, it's a LL, and this will fit on a drift chassis, because it did come, I remember getting it as a MA010 DWS, which is the double wishbone suspension all-wheel drive Mini Z, because I got my, was it Bilstein? That was like that, and also you can get it as a MR03. So the offset on this is 4.5 narrow. That's the front. Wow, is that right? And the rears are 2.2 wide. Okay. Wow, I didn't think it went over 3.5. That's crazy. Alrighty. And yep, I mean, I've done so many R8s in the past, guys, so, and in this series there's a whole heap of R8s as well, and if you've listened to my unboxings before, you would have heard loads of specs on the R8, so I'm not gonna go over that, guys, but kind of a little update on Red Bull. And Red Bull was basically a company that was formed in 1987, so that's almost like 34 years. My maths is a bit out today. 34 years ago. And it's a company that has gone from strength to strength. And in 2019, they sold 7.5 billion cans in a year. Wow, that's almost covered the whole population of the world. That's crazy. So basically it started off with an Austrian entrepreneur, Dietrich Mateschitz. Mateschitz, okay, sorry if that's his name. And he was kind of like inspired when he had an energy drink called Krating Dang, which was I think in Thailand, and that was made by a guy called Chalo Yuvida. So he basically took it, he modified it, made it more suitable for people in the West, and entered into a partnership with Chilo, if that's how his name's pronounced. And they made the Red Bull company in 1987. So yeah, so people get confused because there's a like an Asian version, which is like which is the Krating version of this drink. So it's got like a gold can, it's small, but it's kind of like labelled the same kind of way with a different name. It is the same company, but the drinks are a bit different. I think the Red Bull version in the West, it has less sugar and is not as carbonated, but it's owned by the same companies. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I didn't realise that Red Bull was so big in so many different areas. I mean, they're in extreme sports, so you've got motocross, you've got rallying, you've got Formula 1, they're in there as well, and extreme sports, you've got BMXing and all that kind of stuff. They're like everywhere almost, guys. Then you've got like Red Bull cliff diving, they've got a World Series in that. Air racing, they've got crashed ice, they've got Stratos space diving projects. For just a drink company, they've got nuts. They've got sports teams that they own. So in Formula 1, they've got the Red Bull racing team. And they've got the Scuderia AlphaTauri. They've got football teams, RB, Leipzig. They've got FC Red Bull, Salzburg. And they've even gone into like basketball. So they got the New York Red Bulls. I don't know how the Chicago Bulls reacted to that, but yeah. They've got like celebrity endorsements. They've even got their own record label, Red Bull Records. Yo, they've got their finger in so many pies. Red Bull have just, you know what I mean? They've got nuts. You can tell there's an Asian mindset there, because there's definitely this thing about, you know, moving the business forward in everything, in every way. So, yeah, crazy, man. I didn't realise this last night. I had to watch some. What was I watching? I was watching the drifting championships, and I was watching some extreme sport, and then there was something else I was watching, I think in hair. Red Bull's like in all these, they're actually not just a sponsor label, they're actually the founders, or they're the ones who are organising it. It's them, it's their championship. And you would never have thought that, you know, a company like that would have just taken over, actually taken over, guys. Not just a case of participating, taken over. That's just crazy, man. Anyhow, there's loads of specs on the company itself. I don't know if you guys are interested, we're not going to go into that. But the interesting thing was I like the partnership between this Scandinavian guy, Austrian guy, and the Thai guy, and basically they did a 49% each and gave 2% to his son. That was a pretty cool kind of merger, and their base is in Austria, in a small little village that only 1,500 people live in. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So you're just seeing like a success story in front of our own eyes unfold. I'm not really a Red Bull guy. My son's into Red Bulls. I don't think I've never actually had a Red Bull. I think we're hyper anyway. But for those people that drink the Red Bull, yo, they're not going a day without Red Bull. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen some guys have some major health issues drinking like 4 cans a day, so I don't know. I mean, look, one can of Coca-Cola's got, how many is it? 15 spoons of sugar? It's like, can you imagine how much is in that? Everything's got sugar. Ketchup, 1 serving, 8 spoons. You're thinking, what? And sugar's crazy. I know it's off the topic here, guys, but sugar lights up your brain 4 times more than cocaine. Sugar's more addictive than cocaine. That's crazy, man. It's the drug today. Everything that's sugar inside it. So people have obviously questioned Red Bull as to, you know, the impact it has on the health of society and a younger generation. Anyhow, that's not what this is about. Cool car. Dirties love that car, guys. Anyhow, let's move on. More babies to put on there. Let's move. Okay, guys. So here we've got our Nissan Gtr Gt500. This is the 2008 version. And this is the unpainted or non-decoration that Kyosho like to call it. White body set. And that is a mean shell. Right? And I've got that as the Mortal Ortec version. And I believe the yellow hat version is the same as that as well. I just love blown out fenders, guys. You can put some beautiful deep dish wheels under that. I like the way it's got a diffuser at the back. You can see that there, guys. Just mean. I don't really realise, I don't know what's happening with the actual roof of the car. Where's that gone? Is there a bit that fits in there? Because I don't remember it being a 3-panelled kind of windscreen and pan roof and rear window. I don't remember it being like that, unless this one's different. But yeah, 98mm, surprisingly enough, guys, because most Skylines are 94mm. And the beautiful thing is it's wide and they're all quite narrow. And that's one of the reasons why, if you noticed, Kyosho tend to bring out narrow cars as all-wheel drive cars. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why the Skyline came out as an all-wheel drive version as well. But that's why it's good to have different offset wheels, guys. Try, if you can, get a hold of drift wheels that have a bit of an offset, because you might end up with a body like that. And, you know, because the all-wheel drive chassis are a little bit narrower, but if you've got a good offset in your wheels, you can make up for that. So like when I converted over my cars and I've got my LaFerrari as a drifter, I've got my Lamborghini Murcielago as a drifter, and it was just finding the right wheels, basically, right? And that's the challenge when it comes to all-wheel drive wheels. And again, look, there's another market there. Kyosho aren't picking up on this. I have got so many ideas, right? But that's as far as it goes. You know, if I had links in like China, man, I'd be knocking out some mental wheels, guys. Look at the 110 scale wheels. We don't have that in 128 scale. I'd be smashing out wheels like that. I'd have all types of different offsets in them wheels, designs that Kyosho haven't even brought out. I'd have concept body shells. Why am I telling you all this? There's going to be somebody sat there thinking, I can do this. I can't. So All right, okay. And I haven't just thought of this now. I've been thinking about this a long time. There's a whole heap of things I would be doing Mini Z orientated, but it's just about how do you take your ideas and put them into motion. That's the only kind of downside. But apart from that, this head's filled with ideas. Oh, anyhow, that's going to be a beauty, guys. Once that gets sprayed up, it's going to look mad. It's going to look killer. And I want to do that. I'd love to be adventurous and do that in loads of different tones, colours. But I'm going to see. Because you know me, guys. I like diffusers. I like shells with, you know, flared out fenders, arches, splitters at the front, loads of air ducts, grills. So the gnarlier, the meaner, the better for me. I don't like stock, smooth, you run of the mill looking cars. No. I'd even put a kit on that. Alright, guys. Cool. Let's move on. Okay, guys. So here we've got the Q32 Baja. I'm going to show you all the different variations of the bodies that come on this. But yeah. So this is a 132 scale, guys. It comes ready to run. No, it doesn't. Did they give batteries with it? I don't remember them being batteries for the transmitter. Anyhow, it's rear wheel drive. So really, you're not going to get over crazy terrain with it. It's electric, 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. It's been painted and pre-cut. Well, yeah, that has, and the Q32 has, and there's a plane passing over my head. Right, okay. Factory assembled, yep, it has. So basically, it's got an inbuilt battery, and the only problem is when that battery dies, then you've got to do some mods, take it apart, and take the battery out, and then connect one of your 3.7 volt battery connectors to it, and have a little battery on the inside of the car, probably velcroed in. So the transmitter is called a TF60, and it's got the HSS digital RC system, which is pretty cool for a tiny little remote. I prefer it to the associated one anyway. And it's got a real steer, that's what they call it, proportional steering for precise control. It's not really, guys, it's kind of, that's kind of, I don't know, man, but that's what they're saying. Ooh, real steer. I don't really think it's real steer, but anyhow, that's what they're saying. So the Q32s come with different bodies, and the Baja comes black or clear. And what I'll do is I'll put a clear body on that so we can have a look. Alright, let's put the clear body on. Okay, guys, here we've got the clear body, and I don't think anyone's going to keep it like that. Let me just straighten this up a little bit. Oh, it seems to be leaning to one side, I don't know why. Okay. So, that's basically one you could spray up. Now, spraying up something that small is pretty intricate, so you've got to be pretty confident with your spray painting abilities, because that's not much to work with. But it would look pretty cool, and I'm going to go with one of my teams. I might go with either orange or I might go with blue. Might even go for a candy orange on that and put some decals on it. So, yeah. And with the other ones, I might vinyl wrap them. So that's clear. Let's take a look at the Q32 body as well. And we've got the Q32 body on as well, guys. And that's got a bit of a slant on it. I think once you Velcro them, they'll stay flat. But without the Velcro, I think they tilt. So yeah, I can see the front end breaking off pretty quick. So they're not Velcroed, I've just put them on later on. Once I've either painted them or wrapped them, I'll Velcro them on. So yeah, it's okay, it doesn't look that amazing. I probably prefer the Baja one. And as I say, that front bit's going to snap off one time. So yeah, it's okay, it will meet our needs, guys. Scale wise, they're a bit smaller. Well, quite a bit smaller. Where's the truggy gun? Quite a bit smaller than this is probably the smallest looking one out of the Associated. So yeah, so the Associated are 128, I believe, and these are 132. So there is a difference. Not massive. The short course trucks look loads bigger, and you'll see them coming up in the vids that I want to do soon. But yep, okay. Cool looking, guys. Let's move on.